Hey guys, my name is Miles, and I wanted to give a quick tread review. I got it about a week ago, and I've had it for a week, and now I just want to kind of give you the assessment of how it's been going because I was in your shoes before, and I looked at every review there was online. I read every single thing I could about the tread. So now going through all that process, and now knowing what I've got, I wanted to kind of give you a rundown on my assessment of it and how I felt, my reflection of all those different reviews that I've watched. So first things first. As far as delivery goes, I placed the order and I received it 9 days later. So it was a lot quicker than I feel like Peloton kind of makes it out to be. And I think one of the biggest reasons for this is I was very proactive about it. So my first little tip is that when you order it, you'll get a phone number for XPO and you want to begin calling that relatively quickly. So I feel like the squeaky wheel gets the grease. And in this case, it really, really helped me get my tread relatively quickly in just 9 days. Second, as far as delivery goes, the XPO people have gotten kind of a bad rap, it sounds like, because of some other difficult deliveries. Mine was nothing short of spectacular. They were quick, they were nice, they were easy. Everything worked out perfect. They were very professional. They got everything set up in about 40 minutes and were in and out. And overall, great delivery. I have no complaints as far as XPO goes, and it was very, very smooth and worked out very, very well. So moving into the tread, I don't want to give you a breakdown of all the specifics because I feel like you've probably read that by now, but just a brief overview. It's a Peloton treadmill with rubber slats, so not at all like in other different treadmills. Whereas that, you're kind of running on plywood. This is straight up rubber. It's very smooth, very nice, and very soft. It's got the roller bars, or the roller knobs that allow you to change speed as well as incline, which are super, super fantastic. They work really, really smooth. There's little buttons on the inside that you can punch that goes up to the next interval, which works out really, really well for both the incline as well as the speed. And then it's got the giant touchscreen tablet mounted on the top, which I've heard other people think it's too much and it's kind of right in your face, but it couldn't work out better. And then, of course, all this is tied into Peloton's integrated workout system that works out really, really smooth. I've got the bike, and I've had the bike for about a year, so I wanted to move into the world of the tread, and it's nothing short of spectacular. Exactly what you expect out of Peloton. Everything just works so smooth. The workouts, of course, are very integrative. You've got the best coaches there are with a leaderboard, and I'm sure if you are familiar with Peloton at all, you'll recognize every bit of it. And if you haven't, it's definitely something to consider and look into further. So to give my very quick review of the product, the biggest reason why I bought the tread was because of how I've heard how soft this belt is. And you hear things about how it's so much different than other treadmills, and that's every bit of it is 100% true. I bought it because I heard it'd be softer on the knees, on the joints, and it'd be just that softer running experience because I've always loved running outside, and I never saw myself on a treadmill, but hearing that this could provide this experience, I decided to take a chance on it, and it's every bit of that. I've heard it compared to running on a track, and I feel like it's even softer than that. But at the same time, you don't get a spongy running experience at all. It doesn't kind of suck you in. But it's just a soft overall feel, and you can feel it the second you step onto this thing. It's not a normal treadmill experience, that's for sure. It works out really, really nice. Second, the whole build of it's very professional. It looks very, very nice, very sturdy. It looks like every bit of the $4,000 treadmill that it is. As I mentioned before, the roller knobs work really, really well. It's incredibly responsive, and the touchscreen also works very, very well. Like I said, some people have said it's too big, it's in your face. I think it works out really perfectly. One of the complaints is the touchscreen doesn't swerve, so you can't see it when you're doing the floor workouts, but I've never had a problem with that. I've always done my workouts right here, right next to it, and between the sound and the size of the screen, you can always at least kind of catch a glimpse of what they're doing. And while it would be nice to be able to have the swerve of the screen, it's not a necessity. It works out still fine. The biggest thing, though, with the tread is the noise. There's been a lot of complaints about that. There's been a lot of people worried that their tread's not working properly because it's so loud. And my only advice here is to realize that when you're buying this or thinking about buying this, you're buying a treadmill. You're not buying the bike. Whereas the bike, you are the engine behind it, the Peloton bike, if you're familiar with that. With the treadmill, the motor has to power this giant belt. And a good way to look at it is some of the workouts have a free mode that you can punch the button in, it takes the motor off of this, and you have to power it yourself. And it's a workout to power that thing. So just to think that a motor has to do that over and over again up to 12.5 miles an hour, it's going to make some noise. And while it's not, terribly loud, the sound of a giant truck rolling through the room, it produces more noise than the bike, and it's something to be aware of. It's what you expect out of a treadmill, and honestly, in the middle of the workout, you don't even notice it. It kind of all just blends together, and It's a non-issue, but you have to expect that it's going to be probably louder than one would expect when ordering this product. I remember when I first got it, I think I had such high expectations that I was also slightly like taken off guard because of how loud it was. But it's something you very quickly adjust to and realize, hey, it's a treadmill. It's going to make a little bit more noise than one would expect. One of the last things, when I got this, I did have to level it. It was slightly off by the smallest of margins, and it just took throwing a level up on this thing to see that it was just slightly off. A couple twists with a crescent wrench to loosen a lock nut, and you can twist the legs and adjust them really, really easily. It was quick, it was painless, and it's now much quieter even. There's a slight rumble to it, and now it's all but gone. So overall, I'd highly recommend the Tread. There's very, very few complaints with it. It's a little bit louder than expected, but it's a treadmill. So what are you going to do? And the Peloton workouts work out great. The screen is wonderful. The sound quality is fantastic. But the biggest thing I've said is the running experience is so soft on this belt that it's so different and it's nice to run on. You don't hear every individual footfall. It's all just kind of blends together into the nice soft rubber. And it's a cool, fun experience, especially when integrated into the Peloton workout style. So I'm going to leave my referral code in the comments in case I've convinced you to buy this product. I'm not affiliated with Peloton in the slightest. I just really enjoy their products. And I wanted to give you the review because I was in your shoes. When I was trying to buy it, I watched everything. I wanted to kind of give that true, honest, this is how I felt about it after I've had it for about a week and I've got to try it out multiple times. So if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. But I have nothing but great things to say about the treadmill. It works out really, really well and definitely worth buying. Thank you.